Hey everyone, this is Todd La Torre from Queensryche, and you're watching Eclectic Arts Media.
Well, welcome back, Todd.
Thank you.
Um, this is kind of like special to me because the first time I interviewed you was in the same venue in 2016.
I think it was outside.
Oh,
I think we've done some interviews
we did one at Clearwater.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
They kind of start to blend after a while.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you. Thank you for taking the time today. I appreciate
Yeah, my
it.
pleasure.
How's the Great American Smokeout going for you?
The Great American Smokeout? You mean
Yeah.
not smoking?
Yeah.
So it'll be 7 months that I haven't had one. In at the end of this month. So we're in July.
Okay.
Yeah, so 7 months, it's good. I feel the same, but I save a lot of money not buying packs of cigarettes and that sort of thing. And I've smoked for 30 years, so I never say that I'm never going to smoke again. I just say today I'm not going to have a cigarette today, and so I don't. And so if I just think of it as a day thing, then they add up into weeks and months and hopefully for the rest of my life.
Yeah, well, congratulations on
Thanks.
that.
Yeah, thanks.
It can't be easy when you just say you've been smoking for 30 years to
Yeah.
be smoke free for 7 months now.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that I ever did. I never drank. I've never been drunk in my life. I've never done any drugs. But cigarettes was always kind of my vice, since I was 18. So
Okay,
yeah.
and so I'm sure some people watching this are wanting to know, what are you doing to kick this habit?
Well, I was using a little vape, just to get the nicotine and kind of feel like smoking. And so on the last priest run, it was like cold, and so I didn't want to go outside all the time. So I started mixing, like I was cutting back on cigarettes and just having this vape thing, which I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's worse than cigarettes," and it's actually not. It's not perfect, but it's 95% safer. Based on all the recent studies and everything, and it's not even classified as a carcinogen. People that drink beer and wine, that's actually a carcinogen. But so I just did it with that to just kind of curb the craving, and to the point where I had my last pack and there was one cigarette left, and I actually was like, well, it's there, I might as well have it. And I did, and it just tasted awful, which was a weird feeling for me to have that sensation where it just didn't taste well. And so that really helped me to be like, I actually don't want that. So yeah, just a day by day thing.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
all right, that's great.
Yeah, thanks.
And more power to you
Yeah, thanks.
to keep doing that day by day, like you
Yeah,
said.
for sure.
And something else I want to kind of touch on before we get to Digital Noise Alliance and a couple other things I have to get this whole interview buttoned up. I noticed, like the last time I talked to you was actually a live stream in 2021, and that you've been very vocal through social media, and a lot of it's positives, like you're commenting on other bands' things, if they've got an award or they got something else, you're
Yeah.
congratulating them. Did something kind of change for you personally where you decided, I'm just going to start using my voice a little bit more that way? Because in the past, it seemed like you're kind of just taking the high road per se and just kind of like not getting involved with that whole world. And now it's kind of like you're front and center.
I mean, I've always been pretty outspoken and not afraid of just saying. I mean, there's a lot of things that I that I think that I don't say that I think a lot of people do too. I mean, you can't just blurt out every little feeling you have in your mind, but I say things that rub people the wrong way, that are controversial, whether it's a political leaning or a religious thing, or that sort of thing. But I appreciate people that are engaging on my social media, and so I try to engage with them and do different kinds of posts. So my artist page, for example, like on my Facebook page, which is mainly where I am. I mean, I have Twitter also. I don't have Instagram. I don't want Instagram. It's just another thing to deal with, and I don't really care so much about pictures all the time. I'm more interested in dialogue and commentary. But you know, I'll comment on other band things of other bands and congratulate them. Hey man, great job! Wow, that sounds killer. You know, just supportive things. And I think it. So I've really kind of been working more of my Facebook page, and I post all kinds of things. I'll post. I mean, I love humor, so I'll post a lot of funny memes. It's not always like me. Look at this picture of me. How many times can you put a picture of yourself on stage? I mean, it seems a little self-absorbing. So, but it is my page, and obviously I promote my solo album, Queensryche stuff, my merch, funny things, some stand-up comedy stuff thing that I did, to interesting articles. So I don't know, maybe to have people still be interested in my page and what I post versus, oh, here's just another picture of himself, you know. So I'm not really interested in putting out just pictures of me. Maybe somebody that I met or another artist that's, you know, really cool to share a photo with. But yeah, maybe I've engaged more lately and tried to kind of increase the viewership and presence online. But I'd be fine if we didn't have, if I weren't in this band or trying to promote something, I wouldn't have any of it at all, because it's something I kind of don't like. But you know, it is kind of my name and some of branding of what I'm trying to do as well. And I think it's kind of a necessary evil. So I try to embrace the good aspects of it.
Very well said.
Yeah, thanks.
Me being a media outlet member, I feel exactly the same way. It's like, if I wasn't doing this, you wouldn't see me online for social media purposes
Bingo.
whatsoever.
That's how I feel. Yeah, for sure.
I'd rather just live in the present with people that I actually see and do. And
yep.
Just,
for sure.
I don't need that. But
well, we come from a time when this didn't exist, so we know what it's like before that.
Correct.
You know, the younger generation, that's all they know. You know.
So, what are your impressions of the self-titled album?
Oh.
What do you think about when you look at this CD and the first one that you did with the band?
You know, I'm very proud of this record. That's when I got this. I felt like I kind of earned that. You know, it was just such a fresh time for Queensryche. It was a life-changing event for me, building these relationships with these people that I'm playing music with, and kind of watching the audience of the band perk up and be like, wow, okay, this is starting to sound like the Queensryche that we loved. Because let's be honest, there were a lot of records, several records prior to this that just weren't stylistically kind of like that. And so this is awesome. I haven't listened to this since it came out. I really don't listen to any of the records that I've done much. But yeah, it's nothing but really great memories of these songs and kind of that new journey that my life was taking off in that direction, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good stuff. Yeah, I'm very proud of that album.
Digital Noise Alliance.
The new one, yeah.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts off the top of your head about that?
This was a lot of fun. You know, that first record, most of that was all done file sharing. And, you know, we would work on things together in the room, but kind of the bulk of the meat of those songs was all just on the computer, emailing each other, because I don't live here. This one, we got together for multiple songwriting sessions, just like how a band is kind of should be, or how it always was back in the day, where you would just come up with a riff and feel things in real time. I remember, working on this logo, and very bold, simple, interesting band logo, and we had a ton of songs for this. This was a lot of fun to make. This is the first one that Casey Grillo played on for the recording, and he did a killer job on the drums. Zeus produced this. You know, this is just like Mike Stone's on here. The lineup that you see that's here to stay. We're all just like everyone is invested heavily. And I think that I really love that. The first one I was in, and it's like I have opinions on things. Oh, what about this? What about that? But I wanted to be careful. Like, I'm the new guy in the band. I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way by saying I don't really like that, or I'm not crazy about that idea. And as the years go on, 11 years now and 4 records, with complete respect, we can equally all say, I'm not digging that, or can we try this? And there's just no thought that something could be misconstrued as rude or ill-willed or anything. So I'm very proud of this record that we did. It's not the record yet for me with the band. I know that there's really so much more that we can do. I think it's a really great record. I don't listen to it, as I said. I mean, once in a blue, if I'm at home and things are shuffling through, maybe a song will play on it. But when you're so invested in the material, and then you finally get to write it and record it, and you hear it for a couple weeks after it's done, it's like, I've been listening to this for a year and a half. I'm good. But a lot of people seem to really like it, and it's neat for me. It's like bittersweet that I've been in the band 11 years, because we're all 11 years older now, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of crazy. I was 38, I think, when I joined, so I'm 49. I'll be 50 in February, and it's like, boom, I can't believe a decade has already gone by. But there'll be more to come. We have a lot more to do, and this is just another feather in the cap, and we're all happy that people seem to like it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's the signed version.
Yeah, right on. Thank you. Yeah, this is, this is kind of my baby. This is something that Craig Blackwell and I kind of talked about wanting to do as teenage kids. And so when it came time to really buckle down, I was like, there's a lot of guitarists I could call that are very well known and they're great, but I just wanted it to be me and my buddy, and not have to feel like I need to conform to any style or sound, and just write songs that we would want to listen to. And I've listened to this one a lot, like more than the Queensryche records I've done. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's a different animal, because I'm always with the band and playing, and this is like kind of heavier. And so it's just, but yeah, this is a really fun album. This was put out on Rat Pack Records, and then we did a deal with Roar out of Greece, Rock of Angels Records. So that's now, we've done some really great vinyls for it, and got to do the drums on this and all the vocals, and Craig did the guitars and bass. One of my really dear friends, Kaz, who drew the Ouroboros from hand in pencil on my dining room table. It was actually my wife's concept. We were coming up with artwork, and she said, "What about this?" And she kind of went into more detail about it, and so we called our good buddy Kaz. He passed away. He was in a motorcycle accident not that long ago. So when I see this album now, it's totally different for me when I look at the artwork, because going over the shape of the head, the thing on his, kind of the horn and the teeth and everything that he did, it just, I kind of see my friend, and so he was really, really thrilled. He's just a local guy, and I wasn't a famous artist or anything, so he was really happy that his artwork got to be seen all over the world. It was just crazy to him, and so I'm really glad that we got to work together on that. And yeah, good record. Nice. Look at that cover. It stands out. A lot of covers are black and dark, and they try to be heavy and dark that way. And I wanted to go the total opposite direction, and it's like super eye-catching right away. So I think from a visual standpoint, we did a really nice job on that. But yeah, it's a good, fun record.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait for the follow-up.
And Craig and I have some stuff recorded in demo form, and it's kind of all over the place right now. It's not fitting like one particular style yet. There's just so many different ideas, in my head that I want to express and capture. So it's not going to be like that part two. It's going to be something different. It'll still be heavy and cool, but much more musical, I think, and a little less like palm muted riff based. That's very stripped down and kind of raw, which is what I wanted. Kind of like Fight. That record was real simple. Like, well, not a lot of stuff going on. And this next one, I'm thinking just really big soundscapes. You know, some cinematic sounding things, strings, like much bigger, a lot more stuff happening in my head that is trickling into some of these songs. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
How Vader was doing.
Vader. For those that don't know, Vader is our dog, and he is our pride and joy. So yeah, he had a surgery and was having some health issues. He's doing very well. Thank you for asking. And yeah, he's, I don't know, maybe 12. He could be older. You know, he was a little rescue. And but yeah, thank you for asking. He's doing very well, and I can't wait to see him when I go home tomorrow.
Well, Todd, thank you for the time.
My pleasure. Yeah, great to see you.
Yeah, great seeing you. I'm looking forward to the show in another hour or two.